Prince Mohammed bin Salman has offered a $600 billion investment.
Now, President Trump and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman are meeting.
Well, we always knew that this trip was going to be about deal-making, and now just in the...
Donald Trump has addressed a U.S.-Saudi investment conference in Riyadh.
Those high-tech chips, obviously they can be used for AI. They can also be used...
There were billion-dollar deals to top-level meetings that took place. This trip is...
What if one deal could buy influence over the most powerful man in the world? Saudi Arabia's $600 billion pact with Donald Trump is exactly that. A secretive alliance blending luxury, cutting-edge technology, and military power on an unimaginable scale. This is power like you've never seen before. Chapter 1. A new era begins. A single trip changed everything. Decades of diplomacy and business were reshaped in one moment. When Donald Trump landed in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, it was not just another official visit. No. This was a planned event that kicked off a massive new alliance between the United States and the Kingdom. And get this, Trump did not just exchange pleasantries. He announced a jaw-dropping $600 billion deal. But this was not just about oil or politics. It was about defense, artificial intelligence, and next-level technology investments. Imagine being in that room with the biggest names in tech: Elon Musk, Jensen Huang from Nvidia, Sam Altman of OpenAI, and Amazon's Andy Jassy, all witnessing history unfold. Trump called Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman an extraordinary leader. That was not just a compliment. It was a clear message. Saudi Arabia is no longer just an oil powerhouse.
The U.S. says Trump has secured $600 billion in investment commitments, with agreements to boost defense and technology ties. Trump will be speaking shortly from that investment forum, and we're going to head to Riyadh, where we are joined by Bloomberg's Jomana Bercecci. $600 billion. This is on top of money or in addition to money that has already been put aside. How do you think about this in the context of the alliance between the new nations, especially after the Stargate announcement earlier on in the administration?
It is a rising global force, ready to invest billions into the future. This visit was not just a handshake. It was the start of a game-changing relationship where politics, technology, and wealth collide like never before. Chapter 2. The $600 billion deal. Now, let's unpack this colossal deal. $600 billion is a number so vast it's hard to grasp. To put this in perspective, it's roughly 3 times the annual budget of the United States Department of Defense. At the heart of the deal is a $142 billion commitment to purchase American arms and military services. This is the largest defense deal in U.S. history, signaling a deepening military partnership. But it doesn't stop there. Saudi Arabia pledged $20 billion through its Data Vault company to boost energy and data infrastructure in the U.S. Think of this as a strategic move to secure energy independence and technological dominance. On the tech front, Google, Oracle, AMD, Salesforce, and Uber are all involved in joint ventures and investments totaling over $80 billion. These investments are not just about money. They are about shaping the future of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and smart infrastructure. Chapter 3. Saudi Arabia's ambitious leap. Artificial intelligence is the new oil, and Saudi Arabia is drilling deep. The Humane Project, a Saudi AI initiative, is deploying 18,000 Nvidia Blackwell servers, some of the most powerful AI processors in the world. This infrastructure is designed to support massive AI workloads, from natural language processing to autonomous systems. AMD is partnering with Humane on a $10 billion collaboration to develop alternative AI infrastructure, aiming to reduce reliance on traditional tech giants. Meanwhile, Amazon is investing $5 billion to build state-of-the-art data centers in Saudi Arabia, making the kingdom a regional cloud computing hub. But Saudi Arabia's ambitions don't stop at hardware. Project Transcendence is a $100 billion AI dream aiming to transform the kingdom into a global AI superpower by 2030.
The US president, who's on a diplomatic tour of the Middle East, celebrated an almost $1 trillion Saudi investment. He also announced plans to lift sanctions against Syria and double down on plans for a deal with Iran.
I will be ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria in order to give them...
This includes a $10 billion partnership with Google to develop Arabic language AI models, a critical step for regional relevance. Microsoft, Oracle, Huawei, and Zoom are investing heavily in cloud and data infrastructure projects across the kingdom. Saudi Arabia is positioning itself at the forefront of the global AI race, blending technology with its Vision 2030 goals. Chapter 4: The $142 billion arms deal. Defense is the backbone of this relationship. The $142 billion arms deal includes advanced fighter jets, missile defense systems, and cybersecurity technologies. Among the most talked about components is Saudi Arabia's interest in acquiring Lockheed Martin's F-35 stealth fighters, a game changer in military technology. This deal also includes extensive training programs and joint military exercises, deepening the strategic cooperation between the two nations. For Saudi Arabia, this is about securing its borders and projecting power in a volatile region. For the United States, it means a reliable partner in the Middle East and a lucrative market for its defense industry. But beyond the numbers, this deal reflects a complex geopolitical chess game where military strength and diplomacy are inseparable. Chapter 5: Political and Strategic Intrigue Behind the Scenes. The story behind the headlines is filled with intrigue. Jared Kushner, former White House advisor and Trump's son-in-law, secured a $2 billion investment from Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince MBS through his firm Affinity Partners. This deal, approved personally by MBS, raised eyebrows in Washington and sparked Senate investigations over potential conflicts of interest.
Some partnerships in the healthcare space, about $5.8 billion of commitments coming through there. And then also Aramco, the state-owned oil company, earlier in a panel said that they were looking to spend $3.4 billion to expand their refinery in the U.S. as well. So we're piecing together all of the deals and investments.
Meanwhile, Saudi influence extended into unexpected arenas. In 2014, Saudi operatives allegedly infiltrated Twitter, and under Elon Musk's ownership, the kingdom's influence reportedly continued. Saudi Arabia's Kingdom Holding Company became Twitter's second-largest shareholder, raising questions about the kingdom's reach into American social media. Real estate is another tool of influence. Saudi elites, including MBS, own luxury estates across the United States and Europe, lavish properties that serve as investments and diplomatic leverage. Investments in Trump properties, such as the LIV Golf venture, suggest that the relationship between Trump and Saudi Arabia is as transactional as it is strategic. Chapter 6: Vision 2030 and Futuristic Saudi Ambitions. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 is nothing short of revolutionary. The kingdom aims to diversify its economy, reduce dependence on oil, and become a global leader in technology, tourism, and sustainability. Central to this vision is NEOM, a $500 billion futuristic city designed to be car-free and zero-emission. NEOM is more than a city. It's a symbol of Saudi Arabia's ambition to lead the world in smart urban development. Other projects like Oxagon, Trojana, Qiddiya, and the Red Sea Project focus on industry, entertainment, nature, and sustainability. These mega projects are designed to attract global talent, tourists, and investors. Saudi Aramco, the world's most valuable company, producing over 5 million barrels of oil per day, is also pivoting. It's investing in green energy, hydrogen, and carbon capture technologies, aiming to maintain energy dominance while embracing sustainability.
Trump unveiled a $600 billion economic partnership with Saudi Arabia, one of the largest bilateral investment frameworks in recent history. The deal spans artificial intelligence, defense, energy infrastructure, and healthcare, marking what the White House has called
Chapter 7: Influence or Strategic Partnership. Finally, we must ask, is this deal a genuine strategic partnership or influence buying? Trump's foreign policy style was famously transactional, focusing on deal-making and financial benefits. The arms deals were presented like sales brochures, emphasizing dollar signs over diplomacy. There are risks. Saudi Arabia's economy remains vulnerable to oil price fluctuations and budget deficits. Can they sustain these massive investments? Meanwhile, the US faces a potential brain drain as top tech talent may be lured abroad by Saudi-funded projects. Critics worry about the political influence Saudi Arabia wields through these deals. questioning whether financial ties translate into undue influence over American politics and business. Yet supporters argue this partnership is a pragmatic alliance that benefits both nations, fostering innovation, security, and economic growth.
As Mark Stone reports, the president's plans to lift sanctions on Syria has been welcomed by Damascus and the United Nations.
It was an incredibly. I was just really struck at what a different tone he was hitting through what was quite a long speech. We assumed that.
Want an inside look at the world of luxury, power, and high-stakes deals? Hit subscribe and join us for next exclusive deep dive. Thanks for watching.